All right, Ode family. We're here with Amy Wendling. It's July. I've got my Ode hat on. Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
Do you have a hat? Yes, you've run the
Oh,
Ode,
I
the
have my
official
hat.
Ode.
It's just it's really hot in here. So I have my
Okay,
mug with me.
great. You've given me permission to take this off. That leads to something very significant. Do you know that you are one of only two people to officially participate in all three versions of
Oh,
Ode Races live? We missed the Ode to the Night 2 times ago because of COVID, but you were there this
sure.
year. So
Well, I did not know
congratulations for
that.
that.
Yeah, that's
You're one
cool.
of only two.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the other's Christina Bray.
Oh, I probably could have guessed that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. Thank
Great.
you for doing that. Thank you for
Oh, I've had a blast. Yeah.
thank you for being such a dedicated member of the Ode family. And I want to get right into something that's really important.
Sure.
Not only are you a great member of the Ode family, you are now extending the Ode family concept to another generation. Can you tell us a bit about what happened at the recent race, the Ode to the Night?
Okay, yeah. So, obviously I finished what I was going to be doing throughout the night at the Ode Tonight with the loops, and my kids came in the morning and did the bonus trail loop with me, or at least two of them. Two out of the five did. One of the boys actually didn't bring his good running shoes with him, so he didn't do it with me. But so I have um, actually two sets of twins. My older boys are 10, and then I have a true middle child that's 7, and then I have twin girls that are 3. So they all came, and two of the boys ran the loop with me, and they outrun me every time because they just have that childlike energy that just is needed to attack those hills and rocks and roots and twists and turns. So they had a blast.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was awesome seeing that in the morning that they could come and run with mom after you had done so much.
it
I
was
know how
fun.
hard it is to run all through the night as you did. And then you were a great parent and you put the smile on and you took those kids around and maybe they dragged you and that's okay.
Kind of, yeah.
But they became the youngest finishers or the youngest participants in an Ode loop. And okay, so I can't keep all the names straight. I won't even
Yep,
try with 5. But tell me who were the two that
that
went and
ran.
they were 10 and 7, were they?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Aiden ran, he's 10, and then Griffin is 7. Yeah.
Okay. And cool. I have a Griffin too. Our middle
Oh, that's
boy
neat.
is
Yeah.
Griffin. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, so now what's really exciting is they're gonna 3 boys, I think, are
Yep.
gonna run together Friday night in the triple
Yes.
play, right?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
That's
They're really
amazing.
excited. And I saw that there's quite a few other kids doing it too.
Yeah, there is. There is. So I
Yeah.
hope they have a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
for all the Ode runners coming into town, if you're watching this, you don't need to sign up. If you're an official Ode to Laz runner, you do not need to sign up for the triple play. You're welcome to put a bib on and run it officially with everybody else. So are you going to run Friday night with your kids or just watch?
We'll see. My husband might just kind of go out with them because I wanted him to experience the loop. But I've been having some IT band issues, and now I'm like just worried that if I do a loop, unless I do it really easy on Friday, I might start to aggravate things before the race starts. But we'll see. We'll see.
Oh no, you got to come into the race healthy, Amy. Ah,
I know. Yeah.
yes, don't do
Well,
it. Do not do it. Just preserve, just relax with us at the start finish line and have fun, take pictures and save yourself for race day.
we'll see, because one of them doesn't really want to go very fast. So if we're almost walking the whole thing, it might be
Oh,
fine.
that's great.
So,
Yeah, because there's
yeah,
no time limit or anything.
right.
It's anything you wish. That's awesome.
So we'll see.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That brings me to we have lots of standard questions we ask on this, but I have more things I want to cover with you.
Yeah.
You chose Overlook as your start place.
I
Now,
did.
for people watching online, runners coming into town, probably they're all exceedingly nervous to not understand what these multiple start lines are about. I think everyone wanted to be at the main cabins, but my opinion is Overlook is going to be probably the most fun place during the day because a complete runner,
For sure.
what they do to make that a party. Were you at Overlook last year?
I was at Overlook and I had no idea last year. I think obviously just randomly got put there, but I I obviously started from the cabins in Overlook. I like Overlook. I like finishing up the Stairway to Heaven because you just know that you're done with your loop then. And then it's the easiest place to station your tent too. You just like run right, your tent's right there. I found it easier personally. So I'm really excited to be there again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good for you. And
Yeah,
complete runner makes it a blast.
for
Did-
sure.
Did you
Yeah.
get to play any of the cornhole while you were running last year?
No, I was kind of just focused on trying to keep going. Yeah.
Well, try that this year. They're going to have
Yeah.
that out there. You don't have to. I mean, I might trip, fall, and have a problem if I tried to do both at once. But if you can handle both at once, please do. So you're going to have a great time there.
Yeah.
You run quite a bit, and now that the backyard thing has become part of your race plans each year, has your training changed any due to this?
It hasn't, well, just in the last month. So I did a lot of miles leading up to the beginning of June. I did my first 100-miler. So I know I had put in like the miles for that. And then it kind of switched to just putting in a lot of just like power hiking to get just more, vertical and elevation changes. And obviously a little bit more trails because the race that I did was pretty flat. So yeah, it was just more just putting in more strength, training with my legs, and also just all trying to recover at the same time. Because I think that's what led to my IT band issues. Trying to jump back into running maybe a little sooner than I should have. But yeah, definitely focusing on strength with the legs for the elevation changes and things like that.
That's a great piece of advice. Now, for everyone traveling to the race, 4 days, are we 5 days away from the
Something
race?
like that,
Six-
yeah.
6 days. It might come too late for this year.
Right.
It's a great piece of advice for next year. We've been trying to tell everyone that.
Yeah.
So on that, what's your best piece of advice you've received from anyone that's related to backyard racing?
It's funny, going into last year, I received no advice because I had no idea what I was doing. It was the second ultra I had done like ever. But the best piece of advice now, which I know a lot of people have repeated, is to walk anything that resembles any sort of hill, and to don't die in the chair. That's my goal this year, is to, if I'm gonna be out, it's gonna be because I time out, and it's not gonna be because I decide I can't go any further. So
Well, good for you. We're going to do everything we can to help you for that. And you, by doing that, all the racers, by doing that, not only achieve these great personal, I guess I don't want to call them epiphanies, but you have these great race memories that you create by trying to go that deep and pushing yourself so hard. And we, of course, want you to do it and do it safely.
yeah.
But it is great for us to watch as spectators because it's so dramatic watching everyone go that deeply. So kudos to you for wanting to do that. And I hope for your sake you achieve all your own objectives, but you also bring something great to the race itself, to all of us that are watching when you do that. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah, thanks.
So what do you feel is your best strength or the piece of ability that is going to pull you through the event?
Probably stubbornness and just mental toughness. I think I've been able to get through that and some of the past things that I've done, and just keeping, you know, that in mind, that just keep going. And yeah, I'm pretty stubborn. So I think that'll hopefully help this year. And I just kind of have it in, you know, a little bit when you mentally prepare yourself, and it's not even necessarily like a lap goal. It's just keep going till you can't, you know, type of goal. And I don't know necessarily exactly what that'll mean, but for this year, but I just want to go as far as I can. So
Awesome. Now you've terrified me, of course, because you've reminded me that as race week approaches, I start getting down to the nitty gritty. And one of the things that bothers me is not my IT band or am I trained or anything, because I'm completely untrained and I probably won't stay awake through the night, but it's like parking and all that. So now I've just realized that 200 incredibly stubborn people are coming to the race, and I'm going to be asking them all to try to do their best to back their cars into their parking spaces for runner safety. Something tells me with a bunch of stubborn people, I'm going to have a big, difficult time, but that's
for sure.
So if you could run with anyone in the world, alive or dead, take a run with them. They don't have to be a runner, but imagine they are. Who would it be?
I mean, I could go the route of, I like always think of like Courtney DeWalter, but I don't think I could ever keep up with her. So that's different. I mean, to be sappy, I love running with my kids, and I would love to have just like a family member that would be able to do ultras with me. And it would just mean the world, because it's just something so amazing that, you know, that I feel that I'm a part of with this community. And I would love for, you know, either my kids to be a part of that, or, you know, honestly, any other family member to just be consistently a part of it. It would mean the world to me.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And see, once again, that's why you're such a valued member of the Ode family, and you're bringing it to the next generation. So we appreciate that. Do you have any guilty snack that on race day is something that you give yourself only on that day and you look forward to it? What is that?
I do. I never drink pop in real life, but my go-to when my stomach starts maybe not tolerating other things is just to slam like a Coke. I think I probably drank that consistently for the last like 6 hours of my 100-miler. Like I just kept slamming Cokes. It's the only thing that would make me feel good. And so yeah, otherwise I never drink pop. So Coke is it.
A lot of people do that, and you know, I wonder if certainly the sugar helps, but do you wonder if you know that old thing where our moms would give us ginger ale and all that to calm our stomach, if the ginger ale would do anything? And then that makes my mind start wandering, saying, hey, we're Detroiters. We're inviting all these people from around the country to our race, and none of them have had Vernors. So
I think ginger ale would work nicely. Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a great thing to have Vernors.
For sure. I think it settles your stomach, the carbonation too, and everything. So there's something to it for sure.
Vernors always makes me sneeze though, because it's so bubbly. But I think we might have to bring that out near the end. Well, I think we'll bring it out as an evil trick. Maybe bring that out and some ice cream for some Boston coolers.
Oh yeah.
And you know, that could get about a third of the field to quit on the spot. So we're always trying to invent ways to make you quit.
That sounds
one of
like
those
a Survivor
is
challenge.
running around the parking lot at the main cabin and seeing all those comfortable, nice cars that are your escape, that are your way home. You won't have to have your car there and see that, because yours will be at Overlook for the first 12 hours. But then when you transition, it'll be there at the main cabin. Is that a difficult thing on that first loop? Should we be deleting that and get rid of the fact that you can see your car? Now, we're not going to get rid of having to run that, but should we hide the cars somehow?
Oh, I don't think so. I think that, I don't know, personally, I could probably get over that. Yeah.
You can get over that. It leads to the yellow gate after all, which is
exactly.
See.
Yeah.
But do you ever just want to roll down the hill after you touch the yellow gate?
You know what? No. I'm pretty pretty good on just the, turn-ons. I like the steady downhill. So, but that's something to consider. I feel like at some point someone might get a little delirious and just do it. So
Now you did our ode to the night, and because it's you're local, it's a little more practical for you to attend more of the races. That gave you the perspective of the 12 night loops on the road.
for sure.
Tell our folks that are coming from afar how you contrast the road to the trail loop. How did it feel? Some people love the road loop and they dread getting back on the trail. Some people are just the opposite. What did you think of it, and how do you compare the two?
I really like the night loop just because I have a harder time, just with twists, turns, rocks, roots, things of that nature. But I mean, it still has a good amount of elevation change with the hills, but it's a lot more predictable as just far as the surface. However, it's pavement, so it's concrete, it's hard, so I will say at that point, if your legs are already tired, it might be kind of hard for your legs to take. And I still have to watch out for tripping on some like uneven places where the it's broken out. So, but I don't know, I really enjoyed the night loop, so I feel like I'm looking forward to that, that portion of the race, because I'm just not a natural born trail runner, even though I want to be, but I have a harder time on the trails.
All right. Well, let's hope you have a lot of fun on the road tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Saturday night next week. So I'm going to give you a few, I don't know if you've watched our format, but I ask a few rapid fire questions at the end. Okay. I'm going to give you a few of those and then we can talk more.
Okay.
What's your favorite band?
Not a band necessarily, but I have a thing for like 90s adult contemporary cheesy music. So I'm obsessed with Celine Dion.
Excellent. Okay. What's your favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip cookie dough, but non-dairy. I don't do well with dairy. I don't tolerate it well. Yeah.
Cousin Eddie or Clark Griswold?
Clark Griswold.
Chatty or not chatty during the race?
I would say chatty, but I'm probably a little shyer to start up a conversation myself. But once you get me going, I'm chatty.
Excellent. Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids?
Sour Patch Kids.
Well done, medium or rare?
I actually don't eat meat, so none of the above.
So we got to pass on that question.
I'll pass.
Porta-John or the Bushes?
Definitely Porta-John.
Favorite donut?
That's my favorite question. Any donut. I'm obsessed with donuts, but I really like kind of the more unique kinds that they keep coming out with. But I've been to like 250 different donut places in the last 10 years. It's kind of a weird thing that I have.
Oh my goodness. You have to join our rooster team then. I mean, because donuts are a big part of the iconic history of our rooster team. And
I never knew.
You are the world's expert in donuts. I mean, that's 250 donut shops. That's incredible. You are probably going to get appointed the new donut ambassador.
Awesome. All right.
Now, the donut ambassador can chime in on this one. Little Debbie or Mr. Kipling's?
I would have to say Little Debbie, but I would love to try Mr. Kipling's.
Stop by the Andrew Moore high-tech encampment extravaganza.
That's what I hear.
Yes. So stop by. He'll appreciate that. So now this is where you get to ask me any question, because I've subjected you. You can ask me more than one question. I've subjected you to all these questions. So is there anything you're curious about or questions about the upcoming race or anything like that?
I feel like I've learned a lot from watching other interviews of what people have asked you. Yeah, I do. So does everybody set up a canopy or tent again once they do the transition to the cabin? Since I didn't make it to that point last year. Do they reset it?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question. Yeah. So the way it works is those from Oak Flats and Overlook who are moving at lap 12 do a driving transition. a crewman or someone is driving them, and they get dropped off. And then they'll bring their gear. The people at above gate, many of those are uncrewed. They will walk down the hill. So you know that there's a clearing right there at the yellow gate.
Right.
We have, now we have approval to use that. So they at transition will walk down about 150 yards through the pathway. There's a shortcut through. And at that point, we will have cleared runners that have retired from the cabin area grid of canopies, and all the arriving people will take those spots. Now, once again, it's space limited, first come, first serve. Hopefully there'll be a spot for everybody. We don't know. So some people may have to share canopies, but if you are there and if you're active, and if you weren't fortunate enough to have a canopy space after the mad rush at lap 13, then through the night as people retire, we'll ask them to move their canopies away, and the remaining runners that didn't get their own canopy set up can continue to do that, or they can continue to share. Or I have a feeling some of those runners that retire and leave may say, hey, I want this person, I'm going to help them, and they're just going to take over my canopy, whatever. We'll work it out, but it is space limited there. Everybody wants to be at the main area, but we only have space for about 46 canopies. So it's a bit difficult, but we'll do the best we can.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm not super worried about it. I was just curious. Yeah.
We're just hoping that by the lap 13 or 14 that you can actually recognize your own canopy and you know who your crew people are. Look, if you can even identify your crew person at that point, you're doing great. I wouldn't worry about the canopy yet. So
that's funny.
That's where we are. What else?
Yeah.
What else come to mind?
Oh, no, I'm not even going to ask about what you think about how long it'll go, because I think it's going to go for a couple of days. But yeah, I don't think I have any other questions.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing you and all the kids on Friday night for the triple play. And
we're excited.
Thanks so much for being a member of the Ode family.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's been a blast coming to everything. Yeah.
Thank you.